So Nathan, how excited are you and the rest of the players coming into Sunday's match?
Yeah, of course, looking forward to it. As a footballer, this is where you want to play. It's been a long season. I think obviously we've come into momentum at a good time, and yeah, we're just looking forward to the day. We've obviously got another game to play, um, and we want to be getting the result. And yeah, we look forward to it.
You join a select group of players to captain Southend United at Wembley. What will that mean to you?
Yeah, of course, it would mean a lot. I think obviously being here so long and seeing everything that kind of has happened in the last few years. A lot of it obviously negative behind the scenes. To see where we're at, sort of the last couple of years, gradually, sort of the progression and stuff, and to get to a day like Sunday is, yeah, it's a really big moment for me.
As you say, after everything that you've been through, what would it mean to get a positive result out of Sunday's game?
Everything. I mean, that is the ultimate aim. I think obviously to get a day like this for the fans, a day at Wembley will be great for them after all that they've been through for the last few years as well. But as I said, we've still got a job to do, and we want to be getting a result on that day, and yeah, make sure we're back in the football league at some point.
Oldham's credentials coming into this final are well established with their recent results and the size of the club. How much are you looking forward to the challenge of facing them?
Yeah, it'll be a big challenge. Obviously, a tough team. I mean, you've seen the results in the playoffs leading up to this game, so we know what they're about. We've obviously been working on them this week, and we know that we can't take the game easy. Obviously, it's a final; no one would anyway. But yeah, we're ready for the challenge, and as I said, we're looking forward to it.
And how much are you looking forward to having more than 25,000 Shrimpers fans behind you on the night?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of the situation, but obviously, I know the club are doing everything they can to get the numbers up, and I know that there'll be plenty of fans that want to be there. So, yeah, as many as we can get there. Don't need to say it to these Shrimpers fans. I know that they're going to be turning up. So, yeah, we look forward to seeing you as many as we can there.
Nice one, cheers, thank you.
Nathan, once Gus's penalty hit the back of the net at the new one, how long did it take for it to sink into yourself you're going to be playing the National League playoff final at Wembley?
Yeah, it took a while to be honest. I mean, I was saying in the week that it was kind of, as you mentioned about the tough times that the club's been through the last few years. I think a few of them things start hitting you, and you think about some of the times that boys have gone through, and kind of different things here and there that have happened. And when you think that you're going to be at Wembley, it kind of puts all that into perspective.
Yeah, I'm going to say, because you've talked a lot about those times, about the times where you're playing, about contracts at times, but how much does that kind of fuel you guys as well going into Sunday? Reflecting on that.
Yeah, no, I think it has massively. Whether it's subconsciously or what, I think obviously the last couple of playoff games with coming from behind, and when backs are against the wall, I do believe that them times have created that togetherness within the squad, and I've got us through them times. So yeah, I think it has got us to where we are now.
It's a word that's been coming up throughout this season: resilience and character. Those two words. How, as players, have you been driving those assets in your team and building the resilience and character up?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, I don't think a lot of it needs to be done in terms of, from my perspective. I think we've got the characters that are like that anyway. I go back to the recruitment. I feel like the boys that are here are that type of player anyway, that type of person really that will fight for each other and go to the end. And a lot of it has been instilled in us from sort of the manager and the staff, in terms of just keep going, make sure it's never dead until the game's over, and don't make excuses. And I think that's carried us in good stead.
You mentioned Kevin there. Obviously, you guys have worked together for a long time now. And what's his role been like in this? Tell me about the impact that Kevin's been having over the last couple of weeks for you guys as a team to get you here.
Yeah, no, a massive, obviously, from the last couple of weeks, and then obviously from when he came in. I think the mentality around the place from before and after is so different. As I say, that sort of no excuses attitude at a time when, if we didn't have that attitude, we wouldn't have got through it, and things would have been a lot different to they are now. So yeah, it's obviously a massive part of why we're here.
Now, winning playoff experiences, Wembley, something you've had a part of as well back in 2012-13 with Yeovil Town. And how do you reflect on that time, and how are you using perhaps what you took from that going into this?
Yeah, I mean, it was on a personal level, it was quite difficult. I got a knee injury, I think, day before the playoffs started, so I missed the playoff and the Wembley final. But I mean, we won the game in the end, and it was still a great day, and obviously to be a part of. But obviously, as a player, you want to be out there, you want to be contributing and things like that. So yeah, it's obviously it's a big occasion, a big atmosphere and things like that. But you're gonna have to take it on board and embrace it. And I think mainly just treating it like it is another game, and you've got a job to do on the pitch. It's 11v11 football game. Play to our strengths, and it should be all right.
So do you think on a personal note, then we're having those injury struggles with that last player coming, do you think that's fueling you a little bit on this as well?
I mean, of course, it's nice that you get an opportunity to play at Wembley. I mean, obviously, when that happens, you're thinking, will I ever get another opportunity? I know there's a lot of players at the top level that have never played at Wembley. So, yeah, of course, for this to come around now, it'd be nice to get on the pitch and and play a part.
Throughout this campaign, the phrase of it has probably been like game at a time, which you guys have been just keeping focus. How amid all the talk around Southend this week have you guys as players been keeping that focus?
Yeah, I think obviously, as I've said with the manager and staff, what they do. Obviously, you're seeing things around and online and things, and it is nice in a way to obviously drink that up and see what it means to the fans, see what it means to the local community as well, and how big of a game it is. But no, obviously the day is sort of gradually leading up to it, sort of today, tomorrow, and that will be it'll be strictly football and kind of focusing in on that apart from other things.
If I may ask you about this as well, obviously the early build up to the playoff final once it was confirmed was about the ticket allocation. I'm sure you've had a lot of requests from friends and family, maybe even distant people in know about tickets. But what you guys will obviously want as many friends and family for yourselves to be there as possible. How has this ticket allocation been impacted yourselves, and what have been your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's frustrating, but I mean, it's again, I don't really know the ins and outs of the situation. I can't really comment too much, but all I know is that the club themselves are doing everything they can and have been working constantly. Being phone calls with the manager and myself and things, so trying to figure things out. So it seems like a very difficult situation, but they are doing all they can to make sure as many Southend fans can get down there, and fingers crossed we get as many as we can.
25,000 today will be there to see you guys taking on Oldham Athletic, who have been very impressive in that run to the playoffs final. Whereabouts do you think those challenges will be on the pitch against them?
Yeah, they're obviously a physical side. I think obviously from the games in the playoffs, and now they've scored a lot from sort of headers, things like that. They're a tall team, so they've got a lot of experience, a lot of league experience as well. So it will be it will be a difficult challenge. Games like this, they'll be ready for. I'm sure they've got plenty of players that have had experience in games like this. So it'll be a tough day. But as I've said many times, we back ourselves against any team in this level. So as long as we turn up, I think we'll be okay.
And your last result was very impressive one at the end of March, that 1-0 win over them at Roots Hall as well. How much do you take from that going into this?
Yeah, that was probably one of my highlights of the season, to be honest. I think I came on off the bench that game, but just the atmosphere and the whole kind of feeling around the ground and the performance, of course, was a really big part. And I think a lot of kind of what we pride ourselves on was sort of embedded in that game. So obviously good memories of that one, and another result like that would be great.
A huge moment coming up in Southend, not just Southend season, but Southend's recent history as well. As captain, what have you been saying to these guys, and what will you be saying to them as the kickoff gets closer?
Similar to what I've just said, I mean, I don't like to before the game sort of build it up too much. I think it's kind of, as I've said, we have got a job to do, and I think it's been working for us leading up to games the way we have done. So I think we do that as much as possible. I mean, in terms of seeing Wembley and stuff, we'll try and get things like that done the day before. You know what I mean? Just kind of prepare on the match day. But I mean, what an opportunity! I'll be saying this may not ever come again. So sort of take it and make the most of it, really.
I mean, where would it rank for you if it's Southend were to get that promotion in the National League this season?
Oh, it'll be the highlight of my career for sure. Yeah, it was. I'm sure a lot of people would say the same. It's being at a club like Southend for so long, and it having a place with you. You know, it's meeting so many people that it means so much to. It's huge, really. Knowing, obviously, being an Essex boy, and knowing I'm how big the club is, it would be everything. So yeah, I just want to get it done.
Great. Best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
You've been through a lot at Southend. What's been the lowest moment? That could be the highest, but what do you feel has been the actual sort of lowest moment when you reflect now?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick a lowest probably, to be honest. But I mean, there's been obviously personal lows like injuries and setbacks. I mean, sort of done my ACL sort of 6 games into the season, my second year here. So that sort of putting a season at a halt so early on was tough to take. But I mean, you always know in football things can change so quickly, and thankfully we're in a much better position, a much more positive position now, and yeah, long may it continue.
Because how do you keep going through those tough times? You had a sort of relegation before coming to Southend as well, didn't you? So how did you sort of keep going to get to where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is kind of control it what you can control. If things are out of your control, there's not much you can do, so you kind of just got to let it go and focus on what you can work on and what you can control, and that's what I've been trying to do, trying to move forward in a positive way, and yeah, I feel like that's helped.